and welcome. I'd like to call this meeting of the Westborough Economic Development Committee meeting to order. Thank you all for being here this morning, both in person and virtually. Hey, Mike. Before we dive into today's agenda, I just want to take a moment to reflect on what was a truly successful EDC award ceremony this past Friday. The event was incredibly well attended. The energy in the room was fantastic. And most importantly, it gave us an opportunity to celebrate the businesses and individuals who contribute so much to Westborough's economic vitality. And again, thanks again to Karen and Dave for pulling it all together and everything else. And Laura as well, obviously. So really appreciate everyone who played the role in planning, organizing, and supporting that event. It should be something that we're all proud of, and we'll be reviewing the highlights and takeaways later this morning.
Just make sure you read
that first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Both things.
Okay.
Just to be.
Okay. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025, an act extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency. This meeting will be conducted in person and via remote teams in accordance with applicable law. This means that members of the public body, as well as members of the public, may access this meeting in person or via virtual means. In-person attendance will be at the location listed at the top of this agenda, and it is possible that some or all members of the public body may attend remotely, with in-person attendance consisting of members of the public. This may be accessed remotely via the Teams link. Do I need to read the Teams link?
No.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. So today's agenda, we'll be voting on the January minutes, reviewing the business assistant grant request. We've got 2 grantees here today, and discussing next steps in our grant review process. We'll also hear from planning and community development when Shelby arrives, including new business activity and the recent as always, these conversations are critical to ensuring we're supporting thoughtful, sustainable growth in our community. Thanks again for your commitment today. All right, so let's first on the agenda is to approve the minutes for January 6th. Is there any comments on the minutes, or do I have a motion to approve?
Lennar will make a motion to approve.
Chapman seconded.
Roll call.
Bagden, yes.
Chapman, yes.
Coker, yes.
Gingras, yes.
Leonardo, yes.
Carol, yes.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. So meetings have been approved for January 6th. Thank you. Next up on the agenda is the business assistance grants. We have TM Beauty Supply. Come on up. And Maria. Hi, how are you today?
My name is
Tatiana,
Tatiana
okay.
Messina. Yeah, I represent Maria. Maria is my daughter, and I am the one coordinating the business. I am a hairdresser, and I am a passion. I have 22 years old in the industry of the hairdressing, and my passion is transforming, make the woman feel much better. And I am living here in Westborough, and my goals is committing for the community, make the things growing, and see what I can do to grow up more in the area.
And you're requesting some money for
To
support the launch of the new business.
Yes,
Yeah.
we gonna interact in introducing our business now. The head therapy, this is calling for we treating the scalping, the healthy for the scalp, and making things in a different in the area. It's I think I don't see here in our area anyone's looking for treating the hair on starting for the scalp.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Have we looked at the rubric? No business.
How many employees do you have now?
Sorry,
How many employees do you have?
we have 4.
4. Okay.
Awesome. And you are, okay. Anyone else have any questions? So,
Space is this going into? What business is it replacing in that plaza?
Is in the Belmont Plaza near to Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
And just on the side of Cosmoproof.
Okay. What was their?
Originally, it was also a salon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. And when do you plan on moving in?
I already there. I started there end of last year.
Okay.
That's when we did the final get the license and did the final open.
Good. Awesome. Okay, great.
How's business?
Sorry.
How is business?
Oh, we're growing.
Okay, good.
We're growing. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay.
Any other questions? No? All right. Have a seat.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Excellent. All right. And next up, we have Tribe Fitness.
Sandy, can you talk? Sandy, can you talk in?
I'm sorry?
Can you make sure you're talking?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought I was in there. We have Tribe Fitness. Naveed.
Yes.
Hi, how are you this morning?
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
So I am Naveed Sharifi. I am the founder and co-owner of Tribe Fitness. So we opened up in September right in Bay State Commons. We are a strength and conditioning facility offering strength classes, boxing classes for both adults and for youth. And for us, one of the things that we really believe in as a business and why we came into this community is creating an elevated experience. And a lot of that for us is about connection, right? So connecting not just the workouts to your individual exercises and kind of the day-to-day, but broader, right? To lifestyle, connecting to each other. So the community piece is huge for us. We like to say that we're a community-first fitness business that really emphasizes the togetherness, right? And how we're better together in our routines and what we do outside of it as well. So we create experiences, we go to different events. In our space, we built out a little bit of a lounge that actually creates a gathering place, almost like a little watering hole for members. And we use that space very intentionally, not just for members, but for other events as well. So we've done some things in the past as we've been scaling up with like the Halloween party. We invited the public in, and we really want to be a part of what Westborough offers. When we were picking where to go, my brother and I, we grew up in Marlborough, so we're from the area. We always knew Westborough, played sports here and all that. But as we're looking about where we can set up a business, we wanted somewhere that we felt was community first and community focused. And that's what you get in a town like Westborough. We didn't get that in a city like Marlborough. And you know, we're fully committed into this neighborhood. What you see with what we've built out, if any of you have been in there, we really put in a full commitment. We didn't want to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Fully committed. I used to work in the corporate space, and when I left, I wanted to chase a passion, fully believe in it, and fully invest in it. So this grant would go a long way towards helping what ended up being a worthwhile investment, but certainly a big investment and over budget for what we originally had planned. Again, it was all towards the bigger goal, right? All towards the bigger vision of what we wanted to do. So we're here to stay. We're here to grow. We're really excited about what this town offers. And so the assistance grants will go a long way for us in helping offset some of those initial costs and continue in our community partnerships and programs that we're trying to build out.
Excellent. I owned a fitness center in Marlborough for 7 years.
Did you?
It did, and it really is about community. So the vibe that you're trying to create is really what it's all about. So that's great. And you're right near Boston Ski and Sports Club.
Yeah,
Right.
right there.
Mike?
Yep, you're my neighbor, Boston Ski and Tennis.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yeah, it's funny. I'm showing up as the chair next to you here, but I had a question. Where were your overages that you cited in the investment area?
Yeah, I mean, so it was kind of across the board. I mean, certainly the utility cost. I mean, if I'm going to go like by bucket of where we budgeted and kind of how we thought the project would build out. So just in the construction, utility costs were up there. Actually, I'd say honestly, a significant portion of it will probably come there, right? Across the board, everything from kind of the fire safety work that we had to do, the plumbing work. You know, we built out that smoothie bar, we built out showers, we built out a recovery room. So there's a significant amount of plumbing that went in there, and obviously everything else, right? That ties into electrical and HVAC and all that too. So that was probably the majority of it. I mean, I could probably go through the list of some of the other ones too. I think some of the upfront planning too, again, I think we doubled our budget in terms of just the upfront work needed just to even begin the project. So, you know, just kind of working through the requirements. We had some great partners with you guys, which we really appreciated, really helped us navigate that space. I work in the business world, but corporate business is very different than small business, obviously. So just kind of navigating that space, you know, open your eyes to some of the needs there, but we're able to get it done.
that's awesome. Great. Any other
Thank you.
questions?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. I had the pleasure of actually visiting this when he was under construction, and they did a significant upgrade to that space and put in quite a bit of money to
Yeah.
that. It actually looks beautiful in there, so.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
commend them for all the work they put into that. It was a long road. It wasn't an easy road for them to take always, but they've done a very nice job on that space. And there's some synergy there too, because there's the kids' gym next to it and stuff. It's kind of a good location for where he's at too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, you created quite a community space. You made it so that you don't just want to go work out, you want to stay, because it made it very much of a community space, which is what I liked about what you did. So well done.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have two grants in front of us. Both are requesting $5,000. We have $12,000 currently remaining in the grant kitty, I should guess you could say. And we are not going to be we'll be replenished, and then we'll be working after that. So both the
Left for this
requests are
quarter.
for this.
Yep.
So both are requesting $5,000 for their business assistance grants. And so let's start with TM Beauty Salon, 276 Turnpike Road. Anyone want to make a motion?
I just have a question. What is the funds going to be used for? What specifically? Was there an item cost of starting this business, or?
So for TM Beauty, there's a equipment upgrade that she wants to do, if that's correct, yeah, for the hair and scalp.
Scalp.
Some machines for doing the laser and also your therapy and the back massage.
Okay.
And then for for Tribe is just for the leasehold improvements and opening up investment.
Okay.
Just to help.
Was there an itemized list of the equipment that we want to purchase, or?
Not in this, not in the
Okay.
grant. Yeah, it's allocated towards key areas such as setting up infrastructure, acquiring necessary equipment. So we're looking at the equipment piece of it.
Inside here.
It's okay.
Yeah. Anyone want to make a motion?
Huh?
Want to make a motion?
Is there any more discussion, or are we
No.
all good?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. I'll make a motion. It's for the 5,000
Yeah.
to fund TM Beauty for the $5,000 grant.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call.
Bagden, yes.
Chapman, yes.
Coker, yes.
Jingles, yes.
Leonardo, yes.
Carol, yes.
Okay, great. Congratulations. Awesome, great. Next up, Tri Fitness for Naveen. This is going towards the infrastructure, the plumbing, all the upgrades that they did over at that location. And so the estimated cost of the project was $500,000 and $5,000, $5,000 for that. So I want to make a motion. All right, any more discussion on that?
I would make a motion to approve the $5,000 request.
Carol, second.
Roll call.
Bagden, yes.
Chapman, yes.
Coker, yes.
Jingles, yes.
Leonardo, yes.
Carol, yes.
Great. Awesome. Congratulations to both of you. We're very excited to support both of your businesses. Thank you. Thanks for coming in this morning. All right. Always feels good in the morning when you can.
Somebody give me some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right. This is great. So I'd like to just talk about the awards ceremony from last Friday, just to do a little.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Take care. Do a little after action review for that. So what do you guys think went well in that event? So we'll do what went well, what didn't go well. What do you think we should do the next time? So that's just a little after action review would be great. So what went well for
I love debriefing. I do that on my events too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought it was a great event. Okay. Good energy in the room. Once again, way too much food. And I will say that we are so grateful because Big Y brought a lot of food and it was a nice event. I think it's one of the best things we can do is celebrate business in our community. So I think that was really a very nice event.
Anything in particular, Dave, that you saw that went well?
Oh, I think it flowed very well. I think it was a great showcase for what we do. It's we don't really get a chance to pump up what this committee does. So it's the one time a year where we say we're here supporting business. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it.
Mike, we missed you.
How many people were there roughly?
100.
100. Yeah, the room was full.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah, it was good. Jenny, what went well on your?
I thought it was very well organized. I really appreciated the flow of it, and things kept moving. It seemed seamless to me, even the checking in process, arriving, getting your name badge, going in and mingling.
Okay.
So I thought it was very well organized.
Awesome. Great. Fred?
Yeah, so Leonardo would think that we might want to lock in that time frame. It seemed to have worked pretty well. We've done this event before the holidays, and that always seems to be a push. We've done it later in the spring, fall, winter, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think that end of January, beginning of February would be a good time frame to kind of lock into.
Yeah, my proposal is the last Friday in January every
Yeah.
year. That would be my proposal, and just lock it in, like you said, and that way we don't have to worry about. We can secure the speaker earlier and all that stuff. So
Yeah, and it's my accommodations to both people that were working on that subcommittee, and I'd almost suggest that we start that almost immediately for next year. You can start doing the small things to get that prepared, and as I said, locking in the date and kind of things like that. So I think that went well. It's so it's not a last minute rush.
great. Laura, what do you think went well?
Personally, I really love the videos. I think they do, Westborough TV does an outstanding job of really showcasing much better and in a really more exciting way than one of us standing up there. Dear business, thank you, you're great. So I think I personally, I love the videos. I think the timing is good, either January or early February.
Awesome. Jenny, did you have something to add?
I was going to just say Westborough TV did a fantastic job on the videos.
Yeah.
They were the perfect timing, great content. So I
Yeah.
thought they were great.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So that's what went well. So what didn't go so well?
Not a criticism, a suggestion. So when there is an award that multiple people from the company come, like Big Y, there was multiple people there, a lot of Rotarians in the room. So I understand bringing one rep up to give them the award, but to ask all the other Rotarians in the room to stand to be recognized, ask all the other Big Y reps to stand to be recognized, because it was a large business award. So it's just a suggestion.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't planned this way, but I liked how, we did the pictures afterwards with everybody. So that doesn't hold up the flow. Cause normally it would be, get the reward and then everyone goes over and gets their picture taken and you have to wait for the next one. So I liked how that was accidental, but I think keeping it, I love that idea. Dave, from your point of view, what could be improved?
No, I don't know. I think it was, the venue is very workable. I mean, we made a conscious decision not to make a big dinner out of it type thing, but I think it had a certain elegance to it and official feeling to it. So yeah, no, I'm happy with the venue, and I think it's good. It'd be nice if it was a little warmer, but
Yeah.
other than that,
Yeah, 7:00 in the morning. Yeah. Jenny, anything that you could see that could be improved?
I think maybe looking at the photo backdrop, I know that was tricky with the sun. That room's always tricky with the sun in your eyes. But if, we could think about next year locating like a photo backdrop. I know you had the banners, which are good too, or anything else, and then location in the room where to take the photos.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Just in case the sun's out again next year.
And this may have happened. Well, actually, I know it didn't happen. Did anybody think about getting a photo of all the sponsors?
No.
No.
That should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say in 2025, when we had it, the photos were farther down.
Yeah.
And they were more in the corner. The photographer asked me to move them closer so she didn't have as much running back and forth. Because remember in April's, for the 2024 one, it was different, right? We literally had everyone walk down at that right after the event, right after they were awarded to take photos, right? Instead of the way we did it this year was slightly different. So yeah, I thought about the sun. The photographer asked me to put it there, but I agree with you. The sun was in your eyes, so
The state officials moved down a little bit once they realized it. Yeah, it was tough. But I hadn't even thought about that, so that was
Yeah.
interesting. So.
I do have a suggestion based on our exchange about the delay on receiving the photos. I think it should be mandated in the contract to get them within 72 hours. I don't see a reason.
well, she
to
edits
wait.
them, so I don't.
I wouldn't do that. I would ask for a batch of at least a dozen up front. And then, I mean, the editing, we have a buzz. We just created an event. People are talking about it. Now we're going to wait weeks to get the information out because that's more convenient for the vendor. And I wouldn't do it that way. My opinion. You know, I'm in the business of an event happens, I promote it the next day, or even sometimes, you know, the same day. So to wait weeks when we have a buzz going, I think is a mistake. You know, I appreciate the press release that you sent, but it's the same as a social media post that's words only. People are going to be right through it.
Yeah, so I sent a press release, but there were no photos. So
Right.
that's what he's referring to.
Yeah.
I mean, people took photos with their phones at the event, but Christine, who's the photographer, won't have it for, I think she said a few days or a week or something.
Yeah, and I think I would agree with Dave that should be part of the agreement that we do that we get something right away. You know, it's just the pictures.
Yeah, every day that passes, the buzz is fading.
Okay.
So you guys want to put it out first?
How many pictures do you need to make a good, you know, splash the next day? It doesn't have, to your point, it doesn't have to be a whole bunch.
Right.
We say
Right.
one,
Yeah. I
two
mean,
pictures.
something that is not specific to the winners, but I mean, there's so many ways we could roll
Right.
this out. We could have, you know, a sequential rollout of this winner this day, 2 days later this winner, 2 days later this winner. We could have obviously the recognition of the speaker right away. So it's, you know, it's just, it just doesn't make any sense to me to wait on it. You know, I don't have a specific number for you, but I think there would be a
Yeah,
cadence.
it's probably one or two pictures.
Yeah,
be
but I would
honest,
think
right?
there would be a
On the
cadence of
first day.
promotion for the next week and a half after the event.
Yeah, when the chamber does our awards every day on Facebook, we honor one of the award recipients, and they get a lot of love that way. Then the next day we do it. Then the next day somebody else. It's to keep the buzz going. That's what we like to do too.
Yeah.
Okay, so one suggestion would be to come up with a little bit of a marketing plan.
Yeah.
Because
After the event.
for after the
Yeah.
event, because that has not been thought about. I
Yeah.
mean, other than the press release
Love that.
and also the sponsors, I mean, this is not my,
Oh,
You're
none
not
of this is
marketing.
negative.
This
like
is
she
not
said,
my
we're looking
thing.
at this. This is all good so
Yeah,
that we
this-
remember how we
yeah.
can do it
But-
better and better.
And I know
So,
the
yeah.
Rotary, like what the Rotary does with their with the banners is they just put out like every so often like thank you to the Coop for sponsoring the Winter Light. So it's just this ongoing thing. So I like that idea of just
Well, what I
again,
like too
yeah.
is that you recognize the sponsors twice, right in the beginning, at the end. You should do that. That was great.
Yeah.
And then just giving love for people that's given us money always. So
Yeah, so I think that what we can do next time for next is we can think about now that afterwards. Because again, this is just a debrief so that we can
That's
figure
right.
out how to continue to make it better and how to continue to,
yeah,
grow
Laura, I
our-
do this all the time with my staff because they think of things that I don't think of. So it's good for me too. So
Fred, from your end, what could have been improved?
I thought it went well. I don't really see a lot that could have been improved.
Okay.
Or anything really specifically
Okay.
that I noticed.
Jenny, did anything that could be improved?
It was just the photo thing. I do agree, like sharing the photos out the next day is a good idea. And, you know, maybe even one of us could take photos on the cell phone as,
Yeah.
you know,
Just have
a
a
way
point
to,
person.
yeah, I do have a few photos on my cell phone, but I honestly forgot to send them to
Yeah.
Laura. So
I don't think I took
yeah.
any.
We do that for public information meetings too. Like if we have a good turnout, I'll take some photos and say, hey, like, thank you everyone who showed up, and kind of promote it that way. People want to see other people.
Yep.
Well, I can tell you one of the award recipients was beaming. Did you see?
Oh,
Yes.
Ian?
Leanne. Beaming.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
was
God.
excited. That was fun.
That was a moment for her.
I do have one recommendation, I guess. I would like us to see go back to, at least for one or two of the awards, to public voting. I know that takes a little bit of time, but I like that when we did that for a year or so.
Yeah. I think now if we lock in the date for that last Friday in
Right.
January, we can now we can figure out what are the awards going to be and get that in place. So I agree with you.
I agree. I think it breaks down the exclusivity of it where, the public has a voice
Yeah.
and it's actually an extension of the promotion of what we do.
Yeah, I think it was good for the Civic and the Hall of Fame or whatever you want to call them, but you don't have to do it for all of them, certainly.
Yeah.
I
Where
think
does it
was
go
more-
up for them to vote? Where does it go?
Community advocate.
Yeah, we just put
Yeah,
it out that,
Yeah, we put it out, you guys put it out, but
Right.
yeah.
Just to make sure when you said the public, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I
The other
know-
thing that I noticed, we may want to think about having, I don't know if we can or not, a stand microphone for when the senators are giving or their legislatures are giving out their citations, because it was really hard. Like nobody could hear what they were giving.
oh yeah, we do have a stand, we could do
Yeah,
that.
so maybe having a separate microphone, so when they're standing there and giving at least gives them a voice. So that was the other thing that I saw.
I don't
Yeah, I
know if they
don't-
read the citations, though. Sometimes they do. I don't think they actually read the whole
I
citation.
think they took turns, I
They
think.
did
Oh,
take
did
turns.
Yeah. And then there's also, we didn't, in the
That
run
was
of
new this
show,
year. They didn't do that last year.
they didn't do it last year. And in the run of show, so what was earlier, our planning organization document did not actually include the minutes of that, right? Like how much time that would take.
Yeah, we finished
That
pretty
takes
early.
time. Yes. Yep. We don't do it at mine because it takes time.
Right. It takes time. And last year, I don't know, I think Rep. Kane and Senator Moore wasn't
weren't
there.
there.
It was during budget season, so
Yeah.
it was a much more difficult time.
Right.
But I think it would be nice to have a stand microphone and have them read one of them read the citation. I think that
At
would
least
be-
once, right?
Just
So,
one, I think
yeah.
would be.
I think you should, at the end of, in my opinion, is at the end of it, after that they all get a second to say something in general.
The awardees.
No?
Legislators?
The three legislators get at
Okay.
least to say something, not each read the citations, pretty the same thing. But they each wanted to just offer their congratulations briefly, three of them after
good
all
idea.
of it,
Okay.
I think would be fine. I mean,
Given time,
Yeah.
right? Given if we have enough
yeah,
time on it.
because they're just going to read the same thing over and over again, just a sort of different name. So, but them just just being able to express briefly their congratulations to all the award recipients. Yep.
Okay. Because we definitely had time. It rolled pretty well, which was nice.
Listen, nobody is ever sorry when an event ends early.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
No, there was a lot of networking that went on afterwards.
Yeah, a
which
lot
was
of
Yeah.
people
nice.
stayed
A
up.
lot of people stayed and hung out, and
There was a lot of great networking done.
yeah, there really was. And we definitely need to make a food adjustment. So we've got to
They just don't eat.
we've got to buckle that down.
Well, some of that was a result of Big Y donating. I mean, we obviously wouldn't have asked them to donate the quantity they did, so.
We didn't ask them to donate the quantity.
Well,
they,
I-
did.
I know.
They
Yeah.
brought
But we
it
told-
though.
Right.
If you remember the conversations based on 50 people,
Right.
Yeah.
there was more than.
Oh yeah.
so much
Yeah,
food.
yeah. There was a lot of food.
But
Everyone.
a lot of people appreciated that food, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I don't know what the cost on the quiche was, but it seemed to me that the sweets and the donuts were moving less, and I thought the quiche was awesome. But
Yeah.
what do I know?
Yeah.
You know what? I thought having that was good too.
It's good to have a variety. We've done it, we've oscillated on different things. It's always good to offer people variety.
Here's the thing. For me personally, I find it very awkward to eat while I'm networking. I don't. So it's very hard when you're putting a lovely donut in your mouth and get sugar all over it. I don't prefer to do that, but I did talk to some people who were.
Are there any other, just to wrap up this conversation, and thank you for offering all of this conversation. I think we had there's some good takeaways from this. Again, I'm with Fred. I was really happy with how it came out. I was you know, I thought it was just great. I thought the people were awesome and people were so grateful. So, and it was just a really positive day. So is there anything else that we want to add before we close out this conversation?
Well,
Just so you know, if we do the last Friday in January, it's highly likely I will never be able to come, which is understandable. I'm just one person. We always have this recurring buying show. I will then send somebody from my group.
That'd be
to
great. Yeah.
represent us.
You said a representative. That would be awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I will do that.
Awesome.
not that we want to put any more burden on Westboro TV, but if we're talking about getting the maximum visibility and maximum mileage from this event, having a brief snippet, maybe even done at the time where they speak to the people that are in each of the videos, they're thanking the committee, in a little snippet, a little 15, 20-second video that we could then push out onto social media and just say, what a great town Westboro is. They've supported me, in my business, and now they're recognizing, my unique mission and my business. And I just want to say thank you. What a great business forward town Westboro is.
When I was speaking to Mass
I have to say we could do that for all these grants because there's so many amazing programs in Westboro. So it's not just these
Agreed.
awards, it's all of
Agreed.
them.
Yeah, we got to keep pounding the drum here because we're doing good work, and I don't think hardly anyone's aware.
Yeah, speaking to Mark on mass registration, those were compliments about, he knew the project was going to take time, but he only had positive things to say. We want to get that out.
Yeah.
So those are good things to say. Yeah, I agree.
Awesome. All right. I can talk to Karen and of course Aiden's listening. So we can.
Oops, Aiden's listening.
We can buzz by that. It's great. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone so much. We'll compile these notes and send them out. And if anyone has any additional things that they want to.
Just one thing to you, Sandy, good job. Very good job. You're up in the front mostly. Dan did a great job too. Great job.
Thanks.
To you too, Laura. You're going to become the event coordinator. Extraordinaire. It only takes one.
All right. So I want to review the business assistant grants review process and next steps. Both Eslam and Danny are not here today. So we probably should table that until our next meeting, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to move to planning department report for Jenny.
So the biggest things that we're working on are the zoning articles for town meeting. So there's 3 proposed zoning articles. 2 are going to be on the planning board agenda tonight for the public hearing. Those 2 are bringing back the downtown business district zoning article, and then a zoning article which would allow for billboards on 495 or I-90. So those 2 are on the agenda tonight, and I'll give a presentation to this board at the next meeting to talk about those in more detail.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And you'll be looking for a letter of support?
Yes, yep. And then the third one is for rezoning of One Research Drive. They've seen a lot of vacancies in their office space there, so they wanted to rezone to be highway business instead of industrial. So they will be presenting to the planning board at the next planning board meeting on February 17th.
What will that do? What will that do? Going from
It will expand what uses can be allowed for them. They could do more office uses, but then multifamily as well.
okay.
Retail.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Laura, do you want to do community development and EDC updates? Any questions for Jenny? Okay.
Okay, nobody can see my screen. Oh, do I need to share it?
You just share it with whom I can see it. Mike, can you see that okay?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to go to slideshow? Instead of,
What?
want to go to slideshow?
Yeah.
That's all right, go ahead.
Whoops, why can I, slide master? No, why can I not find this?
It's good.
While Lara's taking care of that, why don't I,
There we go.
just, go ahead.
You want to say something, Fred?
Well, I was just going to update you on the Otis Street project. We did have a bid opening, so we're in pretty good shape there. We hope to award the contract for that. So what that was, just to remind people in the public and here, is that the intention of the town is to rebuild the intersection of Otis Street and Route 9 to revitalize that whole corridor, to open up the businesses, the industrial businesses along that route, and to put in a shared use path, the B-wall, as part of that project. That's just part of that. It's not really the major point of that. So that project seems to be progressing, so we're happy to hear that.
Nice, awesome. Thank you.
What's the expected end date of that, or?
Fall of 27. So that we're hoping to complete it in 2 construction cycles. If everything goes well, we'll start this spring, and we'll hopefully have the completion of a year from this fall.
Okay.
So I just wanted to, again, talk about our upcoming meeting for what we're calling Road Trip to Westborough. And then I've just got new business announcements. Not much today. So if you remember from last month, I talked about the MOBD coming to Westborough to visit some major employers. So they'll spend a day here. Each meeting is about an hour or so, where they're meeting with the business and talking about promoting the state incentives, state programs, as well as really introducing the town economic development initiatives as well. I would like to know, I guess the dates now we're kind of moving later into February and perhaps into March, but I've asked MOBD to come back with a few dates as well. And I'd like to know if anyone on this committee wants to be a part of that, obviously given schedules.
Does anyone have a question for what this is?
Is to meet with,
Go
is
ahead.
it to meet with the CEO? Oh, sorry. Are you meeting with the CEOs? Who are you meeting with?
Yeah, so they would be major corporations, bigger companies in Westborough, and I don't know whether we'd see the CEOs, but we would, see the folks that are at that.
What companies
Facility.
are you targeting? Do you have a list that you know?
I do have a preliminary list, so companies like Astellas or Cayucu, Cumberland Farms, some of the major employers.
Okay.
But I'm open to suggestions and so forth.
Okay. And the reason I ask is because we think they would want to know about the MOBD programs that these companies, or they don't know about. I guess I'm asking.
Yeah,
What the mission is.
So sort of a combination of everything, really. One, to ensure that they know what's going on at the state level, not just MOBD, but maybe mass development and other sorts of, Governor Healy's initiatives and so forth. As well, just to sort of bring them the love, as you were saying earlier, right? That the state and the town really care about them. And want to get to know them better and have a better working relationship.
I think it's a good opportunity for our committee as well to get in front of some of these the bigger organizations as well. So it allows us to be represented as well and talk about the things that we're doing in town, what's new in town, our new restaurants, like just kind of like educating them on what's happening here.
Yeah,
in
I was
Westborough.
curious about what the agenda was.
Yeah.
Like, is it just MOBD, or are we going to talk about what's happening in town
Yeah.
and how much we care about it's important what challenges they have. That's what I was asking. And secondly, I'm interested in, based on what dates and times. I can't really commit, but I'm interested.
Yeah, so for sure. We're following a program that they did in Marlborough. So they did this in Marlborough, and it was very, very successful from their perspective, from MOBD's, in terms of the relationship building and the information sharing and gathering of knowing what's going on and so forth.
Do you know how many businesses Marlboro visited?
So they visited, it was 5 to 6. So it's basically, it's all day. It's one sort of right after the other, a little bit of a break for lunch. And then it's just an all day thing where they spend the day here.
And I think to Dave's point too, the business, there's a lot of like people don't actually know what we're doing. And these big businesses have people commuting in and going out, right? They're coming in from wherever they're coming in from, they're working and then they're leaving. So we really want to make sure that we let them know about, our restaurants and our entertainment and the things that are going on to keep, to drive more businesses to our, to stay in town for dinner or go out and grab lunch or whatever the case may be, or, bring your kids back to, do crafts at Craft Lab or whatever that is. So I think for us, it's a really good opportunity to get in front and say, we're here. And, I think, and to get ourselves out there a little bit more in what we're doing for the community, some of the changes that are happening, all that.
Yeah, when you say some of those things too, it'd be very interesting to find out. Not that I said we're going to get this information, like how many employees commute to Westborough, how many are from this area, what do they really know about our town? Yeah, that would be valuable information.
Yeah, and how maybe we can, who we can send things to get things out when events are happening,
Yeah, absolutely.
so-
And just even if there's follow-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But making the relationships.
Awesome.
So obviously the trying to get on executive schedules is pretty challenging. So how did they do that in the Marlboro effort? I mean, they must have been at least 4 weeks out with a solid date, right?
I don't know.
I would think so, Mike. I think that if Mass, if MOBD wants to come visit, I think, they'll set some time aside, I think they'll set the time aside. So we'll probably be looking at, 3 to 4 weeks out for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to press them for a date because then you got to,
Yeah.
whoever's going to go talk to all these executives and try to get on their calendars is a tough task. So you need those,
Yeah, for sure.
probably all these dates are garbage at this point.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, or it could go into April. There's no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't have any,
Just,
time.
that would be my advice would be to get that date from business development. And then, it has to be at least 4 weeks out. And then, I'm sure you could get a few of us but the first thing to do is get those top couple executives to commit to being there.
Awesome.
Probably people officers or whatever.
Great.
Okay.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. I think everyone has interest in this.
My stats for January. We had one business opening, Stretch Zone. They're next to Way Back. They went into where Board and Brush.
Yeah.
Board and Brush was. And then, there's a few more coming up. They just didn't quite get over the hump of January. So we'll have a few more in February. Building permits, you can see here we are, so E.L. Harvey got a building permit. The former VFW got their building permit. They're going to work on the shell, the skin. And they do not have a use yet for half their space. And I think one half of their space is going to be another salon, an existing one, just not in Westborough. And 1400 Computer Drive was Ameriprise. And Sativia just had a small little work up on their space. And then there was a big building purchase that happened from big office, name escapes me, to EQT Exeter, so 102527 Otis and 1 through 5 Sassacus Drive was all sold.
Do we know to who and what?
Yeah, EKT Exeter.
Okay. Do we know what they're going to be doing?
They're more of they're not, I don't think that they're a REIT per se, but they bought it for their own investment.
But
Portfolio.
that's
Cash
where
flows.
Coughlin operates, right?
Come again?
Yeah, they operate out of a few of them. It's the BPEP or whatever it was that previously owned that was the same thing. I think it was an investment firm of sorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they're retirement firms. Or,
No, that one was their big office management company that owned it all over the national, that had previously owned it. Brookfield.
yeah,
Brookfield.
Brookfield.
Yeah, but I think the point is when we saw that come up, we thought there was a story associated, but really it was just portfolio shift
Yeah.
to another person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And that's all I have, folks.
All right. As far as new business is concerned, Laura and I met in December, and I wanted to kind of bring to you guys, I'd like to start some roundtables here in Westborough for businesses. I'd like to start a hospitality roundtable and a manufacturing roundtable. So mainly, bringing maybe once a quarter some of the hospitality, working with the MRA to bring some of these business owners together once a quarter that are running either in manufacturing or in the hospitality space to kind of just discuss, what's going on, how business is going, share ideas, what some of their challenges are, and just to show some ongoing support from the EDC. So that's just something I think, as I've been talking, you're saying, Dave, they don't know what we do. So if we can start to bring people together and have more conversations, and I think we can do a better job at helping to support them and providing them what the needs are. So I wanted to get some ideas from you guys about or thoughts about that. If you think that's a worthwhile endeavor, and I'm happy to chair that. So and to just kind of spearhead that initiative because I'm super passionate about it. But I wanted to get your ideas of what you think about that idea.
You're talking about like coffees
Yeah.
together kind of thing?
Yeah.
Sometime that works for that particular industry.
Yeah, and just maybe do like a 2:00 in the afternoon, grab a coffee, or 3:00, at various locations around. So, and just kind of keep it open, but do the outreach and say, we really would like to help to support you, and hopefully it just creates a group of people that can get together. They're like-minded, they have the same goals, same challenges, staffing, all the things that kind of go around with everything. So they can, and there could be in manufacturing, there could be a supplier that has something that somebody else might need that they didn't know about. So again, it's just kind of how can we help businesses collaborate and work together on all the different initiatives that are going around in town.
I mean, from a staff point of view, I think it's great. I think it is definitely an effort that I think will bring a lot of success and a lot of benefits, not just for the committee itself or for my work, but for businesses in general. But I have two ideas or two thoughts on how do we reach all the businesses in order to advertise this opportunity, and then do we have it sort of formally? Is there a formal agenda, or is it free flowing?
Yep. So I wanted to first float the idea to see what people think. So this is just the why I think it's a good idea. So that's the float, and then the how. We'll certainly put it together so that we figure out the reach. And of course, there'll be an agenda because I don't run anything without an agenda. So, yeah.
In chamber world, there's a lot of these kinds of roundtables, and it's just sometimes they invite a guest speaker, but mostly to get them in the room to talk about their challenges, so they have an open forum to talk about them. that's one way a lot of the chambers approach it. They just want to be able to lean on each other for things that go on in their own industry. Yeah, I'd be interested about what the agenda would be like. So if it's idea sharing, with them sharing with us, we're talking about the town that we care what happens to their business, whatever information we can share. But the ones I know the chambers host, they bring in a different guest speaker, which is what brings them to the meetings. So, yeah, I think having
If you
conversations
make
with
it,
any
you
of
could
our
also make it
businesses.
about money too. And we give away money in a lot of different ways. So if you're trying to make it easier for digesting this information by having like the groups be relative to each other, hospitality or retail or whatever. And, oh, did you know there's a signage program? Did you know there's an
Right.
infrastructure? Like, no, most people don't. So if we make it about them, I think, it's just about advertising it,
Yep. Okay.
which is hard.
Fred, what do you think?
I think it has some potential. Yeah.
Okay. Can never tell with you.
No, so one thing I think about with these things, same way with visiting the offices, is that we always look to why are we going there as opposed to, do you offer them a service? You because you're taking up valuable time for a CEO or an executive of a particular business, so you want to make sure that there's some value to why we're meeting with them.
Yeah. Definitely. For sure.
So it's just something I think about. But yeah, I think it has some merit. I think you just have to work through some of the details
Right.
first.
Yeah. So, I'm not thinking about starting this until probably in the fall, so that we can get it organized and get it so that we can promote it, have enough time to promote it and plan it and things like that. But I wanted to float it. Dave, any thoughts?
No,
No.
I'm in support of that.
We had a pretty successful one it was through the chamber, but we had a small women-owned businesses event at Boston Ski and Tennis. So we just opened up early for people, had coffee, and we had like 50 people come.
Yeah.
So I think they have a pretty good networking flow in the Newton chamber. The chamber there is called Charles River, I think. So it's many communities, but it does seem to work. They get together a couple times a year and have like 50 people each time. So if you can get the momentum, I think you can have pretty meaningful events. We'd be happy to have something
Awesome.
for retailers, like in the morning before the store opens, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And I think, people are craving relationships and they're craving just kind of that level of community and sharing. And I think there's a lot of isolation out there. And this is just another way of us bringing the businesses together and the business owners together. As reference to Leah from Craft Lab, she was, it was
Yes.
just this community, and she, we had conversations around just hang in there. Entrepreneurship is tough, but you've got people in your corner, and I think that's what people really kind of look for. So, so yeah, all right, cool. So I will put together a kind of a plan, a rough plan, a strategy around it, promotion, the reasons why, how we can start to reach out to some of these businesses. And I think we do want to be pretty targeted with our first couple, and then kind of open it up to there. So for me, I think hospitality it needs some love, and I think manufacturing needs some relationship building within town, because I think there's a lot of people that do a lot of things in manufacturing that other companies can utilize. So I'd love to see us kind of bring that together and maybe get our supply chain in coming out of Westborough. So awesome. That was all I had. Anybody else have anything?
You should know that there's a list of supply chain people on the 495 partnership website. So that might be a good way to find some of those businesses that you're talking about.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. Any other new business? Okay, motion to close the meeting?
I have a motion
I
to
just had a
adjourn.
question.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen the billboard on Route 9 that Laura built for us?
I did see it, and they never changed it, Mike. It's still the
So it
original
stayed
one.
up?
Yeah. So
What do you mean they never changed it? What does that mean?
I don't
Sorry.
know, unless there's now two of them. It's the original one that we put up at in December. It's still up. The one that Dave Bagden said had too many words on it.
Yeah, it still has too many words
They
on
never
it.
put up our Valentine's one?
No.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it eastbound by Target, and I last week saw it on the westbound side by the old bike barn.
Yeah, I saw it last week, and so I know I was told that it had changed, and it didn't. And I meant to now. A good reminder, because I'll talk to Amanda.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be for Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
I know.
Shop and dine local for Valentine's.
I know. Well, we're gonna keep
Plus,
trying.
if we want, yeah. Well, yeah, and we're gonna try to have a cadence every month with that changing. So
Yep.
if they can't actually handle our changes, we should probably do something more general.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay,
Second,
roll call.
Bagden, yes.
Chapman, yes.
Coker, yes.
Bernardo, yes.
Carol, yes.
All right, motion, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in March.